Hey everybody, standing ovation back again with another break. Although this break is not really a break because I got a PSA submission come back, hoping I got all 9s and 10s, but a little concerned that I maybe sent some of these in and a little bit of haste, maybe didn't scrutinize them as closely as I should have. I did take advantage of a free drop-off at the show that was at last fall, so now I'm sort of second-guessing some of the cards I sent in, thinking I probably should have submitted a little bit more, I don't know, just better higher-end cards, because there's a lot of middle-of-the-road players in here that it's going to be tough to get your costs back. When you're doing grading, it's an expensive thing, and you really want to make sure hopefully you get some solid 10s in your return coming back, and more than just one or two, because as I say, you really need a premium on some of your cards to help recover the costs of doing something like this. There was 59 cards total. Hopefully I get some good results and I can flip them quick and do this again, because I do have more cards I'm ready to send in. A couple of Connor Bedard cards have showed up in the meantime, but again, think about it, this was last fall when I was submitting these, so it was probably summer and fall that I considered some of these cards for submission, and thus some of the names may not look as popular now as they did 4 months ago. I did this on a 90-day turnaround. Anyway, let's see how it goes. I don't know how the best way to present these. I have not looked at these myself yet, and my heartbreak will come out along the way. First time I submitted this amount of cards, I was pretty confident in what I was doing. This time I'm thinking, I just tried to take advantage of the free drop and I just shoved about a bunch of cards out, and I don't know, let's just see how it goes. First card, obviously, is Lucas Raymond, Future Watch. Gold. I want to hide them a little bit. Not the most exciting picture for you, but this way we all see them at the same time. So this may take a bit. I'll try to edit this up to make it a little quicker. But yeah, with 50 plus cards. There we go. Lucas Raymond, rookie card, gold, a 9. Again, probably not worth a whole lot much more than the grading cost. These were $28 Canadian per card for cards valued at $500. Well, there we go. That helps make up for it. Get a nice red cider behind it. Moritz. Last year's big rookie, or I guess 2 years ago now, 21-22. Future Watch. And let's see. Rookies do have the tendency to cool off after a couple of years. Matty Beniers might prove that point. There's a nice one. Howden. Stanley Cup winner. Gem Mint 10. Future Watch auto inscribed. Yeah, that's nice to have. I don't know what the pop count is on these. I'm going to look that up afterwards. Maybe on some of them I'll try to edit that in. All these cards will eventually be available on my eBay store, so check my items. There's a 9. I'm expecting a lot of 9s on the Future Watches because it is tough to get 10s. Kraken's been stunned. I'll put these up in the store slowly but surely. I do have a show I'm going to next month, so I may save some of them till after the show. But some of them may go up right away. There we go. I was hoping to get a 10 on that one. Montembeault, the Futures, I don't know. We'll see what Montreal does with him. I think he's been signed in for a few more years. I picked that card up at that show, so that's where maybe some of my concern came in, as I bought cards at the show and then immediately submitted them, and usually I scrutinize them, as they say, a couple of times over before I send them in. But there we go. There's an 8. See, that was what I was afraid of. There'd be more of these show up. But an 8 is almost like, in a few years that might have potential, but an 8 is almost the same value as a raw, in my opinion. I mean, for what people out in the market are paying for them. Obviously, I think they're worth more. There's the grading fee involved. But when you come to buying these cards, you can pay. I can't imagine that'll get much more of a premium on it than just the raw. Try to make $5 on it. Okay, there we go. Big guy there this year, right behind Austin Matthews in the goal race. And it's hard to catch up to Austin. But Sam Reinhart having a career year. One of the biggest regrets I have was a card I hit of him in a group break. I pulled the Cup SP rookie of him and sold it years back. Shortly after hitting the card, it had a little flaw in it, so I didn't want to keep the card in my collection, and now it'd be worth, well, I don't know, if that card really appreciated a whole lot more. There you go. I love subbing in canvas because they're subject to 10s a lot easier. Surface are harder to damage and get scratched up. But Dylan Gunter, nice canvas 10 from 22-23. Series 2. Let's just keep moving along. Some of these cards are not... There's a couple of baseball ones in here too. JJ Peterka. Sabres this year, I guess they're still in rebuilding mode. I'm surprised they didn't play, have more wins because they got a lot of young talent on that team. A couple of really good goalies. Here's JJ Peterka, Young Guns canvas from 21-22 extended. There we go. Another guy who started off the season strong. Catch a bit more interest in collectors. Quentin Byfield, the canvas. I don't know. Again, I'm not big on horizontal rookie cards, like when the photo's on the horizontal. Just for this reason. I don't know where to display them in the collection. You got to twist them up, and yeah, I don't know. It's just a minor thing. I still like a 10 any day of the week. There's another one, Konechny. 16-17, Upper Deck Series 2. One of those guys you want on your team, but it quietly has a career going. First one from 23-24, and I'm not surprised. These are the ones that I was sending in, probably a little in haste. And I've heard the pop counts on these are hard to get, the 10s. I can see one tiny little flaw in that corner now. But maybe the right edge is a little bit flaring. I don't know. I've looked at a lot of cards throughout my life. Yeah, now I see this bottom left corner has a touch. Probably wouldn't have sent that one in, but I like Matty Nyes. I like the Maple Leafs, so an 8 Matty Nyes is, well, it's like a rock card, probably. Bunting, 9. I was hoping this one would be a 10, but oh well. Was fun to hope they'd all be 10s, but I knew, like, just probably days after setting them, I should have probably held about 15 of these cards back, maybe up to 20 of them. I'm going to be saying I probably shouldn't have sent in, but there's another one. 8s are not what you want to see, but the reality of grading is you're never going to get all 10s. And these don't surprise me at all. Actually, the 9s aren't that bad. I put it aside like, oh, it's a 9. But, I mean, when it comes to current modern era cards, 8s and 9s, there's a big difference. And obviously, the 10s are all anybody really want. Once the guys establish themselves, like I have a 9 Matthews right now. There we go. Make me feel a little bit better. Pulled an 18, 19, 10. Heiskanen, maybe again, he's cooled off in a little bit in collectors' minds, but Dallas has had a heck of a year, so I think Heiskanen's a good card to have in your inventory. And his partner there, Rupe, had a strong end of last season and playing well again this year. Dallas, again, solid team. We'll see how they do in the playoffs. Rupe, hence. DeBrincat had a really strong start. Red Wings now, I think, look like he's finally found a home. Oh yeah, like look at that corner there. Why would I have sent that in? DeBrincat, 9. It's a 9. This pile is getting down. We got Jesper Bratt. Solid 10 on that one. 17, 18 are a little bit easier, I think, to pick out the flaws just because they have the dark corners on the back. That's cool. He's had a really good year. I'm not sure if I have a 10 Bratt in my... I think I sold it. I did have one between now and the last time I did a grading. There we go. Another 10. Brandon Montour. Solid player, and you want to have him on your team in the playoffs. Actually, you probably want to have him on your team in regular season there, too. Another 10. All right, I'm feeling a little bit better out of this box. Again, I was thinking some of these young guns were going to be coming back 9s. There's the best goalie of the year this year. He's put up the best numbers, at least. It's nice to see a 10, 15, 16, Series 1. Probably the most produced year next to this series. I don't know. They're saying Series 2 from 23-24 was the same production numbers as Series 1, but a lot of people are specking they made way more of it. Perhaps they did, but I still think 15-16 Series 2, they might have made more. 9 of them can, and another solid player for the Kraken. We got the 9. Hey, there we go, a Maple Leaf. Gem Mint 10. I have had these cards and sold these cards. There's probably I'm going to say a high pop count on this card. Just during the 15-16 year, everybody was sending cards in for submission. I know I used to use Beckett, BGS back then, so anyway, I now have again a PSA 10. Max Domi. Burakovsky, 9. 14-15, yeah, I was on the fence. I remember looking at this card twice. Yeah, that bottom corner there is not going to have it as a 10. The surface was great on the front. We got 2 to go here. Baseball. Kyle Tucker, rookie card from Chrome. That's a fairly common card, but a 9 helps it now. A 10 would have been much better. This is a good card example of a card I probably could have cleaned up a little bit. I don't know, there might be a fingerprint or 2 on it, or a mark on the surface. No flaws, but pretty sure it's fingerprints that take away from the gem mint on that one. And an 8 on Scotty Barnes. I don't know why I sent in a Scotty Barnes from Don Ross, but it's Scotty Barnes and I like having him. Maybe in 20 or 30 years now this card will be like, we'll see if he sets records for the Raptors. But there you go, 2 non-hockey cards in that batch. I think, let's get into this box. Nine contention. I don't think the grade matters as much on such a rare card of a big card, but you'd want that with a 9 or a 10. On the other hand, this is likely just going right into the guy's collection that owns this, but there you go. 22-23 Slafkovsky. I got the regular version of this. Anyway, that's a nice card, really nice card. But that was the one card that cost, there was a premium on this because it's worth more than $500 according to PSA. Anyhow, let's go with the rest of my cards. Again, a lot of these you'll find on eBay in my store at some point in the near future. Some of them right away. That's exactly the type of card that I had me second guessing. Why did I send in some of these cards? But at the time, P was the hottest thing going. I am in the Vancouver area, and I really thought that would be a 9, but that's what happens, see? Although it does turn out probably like a card that's only worth $1 to $5, depending on what show and where you're at, and something that's worth a little bit more, but likely not worth much more than the grading fee. However, there's a nice PD card from draft day. That was from SP Authentic from 1819, so his rookie year. It's just an insert from that rookie year, not an autographed rookie card, which is what you really want. What you really want. There we go. Shane Pinto, 10. He had a 42 game sit out to start the season, but Ottawa Senators really had a bad season, but this guy shouldn't be a problem for them. I think he's a good player, and I like to have the 10 in the collection. Now that's right on, and these are in no particular order. There's an 8 JJ. Well, from a 10 to an 8, my eye missed something. I looked at all of these future watches fairly closely. I thought they'd all be at least 9s, but I'm not the grader. And JJ gets an 8. Okay. Glad to add that to the store in the near future. I don't think I've sold one of these before. I know I've had the card raw sold a couple of times. This one I kept and got the 10. Sorokin? Sorokin. I don't know, but now I'm rocking with Sorokin. I didn't send in, oh, there we go. Hopefully the playoffs, this guy's interest peaks again. Again, he's not everybody's favorite player, but I tell you, come the playoffs, he's the best guy to have on your team. At least last year he was. 16-17. Matty Tkachuk. There's a Dylan Cousins. I have a 10, although I don't think I have it listed right now. I've sold 10s and 9s before. This card has a probably a fairly high graded pop because these are redemption cards. When you hit the Cousins Future Watch in SP Authentic 2021, you actually get a redemption card. So it's pretty easy to send it in to get it graded and hope you get a 10. Oh yeah, right on the side I can see a big fingerprint. Now that might be worth uncracking, cleaning it, and sending it in again, because I guarantee it's just that thumbprint. Oh, there's a few of them up the side of it. It just needed a wipe. Yeah, not very good on my part. See, but it's tough when you're sitting at the table and you're like, I could just send in one more. I guarantee that's got thumbprints on it too. This was also a redemption, so I'm going to assume maybe it's a little off-centered now that I look at the card. Yeah, look at the cut on the, where the swoosh on the right and left are not even. And the serial numbering's a little off center, so. Before you send in for grading, take your pile and just look at it again. And then do it again, because some of these cards, you know, I could have sold that as a raw card and got the exact same value for what I'm probably going to get for it as an 8. That's my guess. And the 8, it probably will sit longer in your store as an 8 because people want 9s and 10s. And if it's a raw card, there's people that want cards that aren't graded. So perhaps that'll even get decapsulated and sent back out onto the market. We'll see. But that one won't. Holtz. Devils didn't play as well as they could have this year, but they went and fired their coach, and they still got a good, young, strong team. We'll see how they do next year, but he played better this year, though. Each year he's played a little bit better. More ice time, more action. Holtz, 21-22 Future Watch, got a 10. There's another 10 with the Gus Bus. Marc-Andre Fleury, close to the retirement age. Who knows how much more action this guy will see, but he eventually will be the starter in Minnesota. Unless he gets traded. But a 10 Gus Bus. Ride the Gus Bus. I'm not sure where the nickname came from. Come up to the game and then get sent back down. And there you go. Golden Knights this year are working to have a Stanley Cup contender. Brossois is gone, and it's Aiden Hill of Logan Thompson. So a nice 10 in the collection there. One of the better ones to have. 2 10s for goalies and SPA. That's cool. What do we have here? It's another SPA. It is Willie Eklund. Just hot off the press. I've been cranking out Willie cards lately. My most recent break, I hit that card. You'll see it coming up. I don't want to spoil the whole thing. But there we go. Nice 10 on William Eklund. Still of the San Jose Sharks. They weren't going to trade him away. They did trade away Hurdle. Okay, what's next? They got more SPA, and we got Tanner Jeannot down to the 8. And there's one that isn't worth a whole lot in that encapsulation there. I'm not sure what happened there. We got crap on the back of the card, maybe? I don't know, but I rest my case. It's always good to double check your piles. I had 2 piles of cards. One of them I was really confident on. The other one, clearly, not so much. But here's Tomasino. At least that was a 9. He had a good OHL career. Years ahead of him still. 2 of the Preds there. Lightning. What? Tanner Jeannot with the Lightning. Saros. 9. Was that another one? I think I had one in that first pile that was an 8. 15-16. Juicy Saros. Yeah. He's had a great year. A lot of shutouts this guy's been. I don't know if she's leading the lead in shutouts. But Juicy. It's a juicy card. I would have preferred a 10 on that one without the autograph. Not a huge value card. The 9 will help it though. Okay, last stack. Let's move these along. We've got the JT Miller. He's having a career year. So are the Canucks. And I like to think that I was smart enough to send in more Canucks. But as all of these cards, only 1 card of each player, each card that I sent in. I didn't send in like 5 Jack Hugheses or something like that. Here we go, now of the Calgary Flames, but he was a Canuck when I sent him in. Who's been an on again, off again guy, but he'll do well in Calgary. Kuzmenko, 22-23 from Series 2. Sorry, that JT Miller was at 13-14 from Series 1. What do we got now? Another canvas, Brock Besser. 17-18 Series 1. Top American goal scorer right now, I believe, is Brock Besser. He's a bit of a sniper. He's doing this Matty Tkachuk impression. It's a good looking card though. I like that one. Maybe even better than his Young Guns. Regular. Canvas. Series 1. It's a Series 2 canvas card from 17-18. I think I hit that card. Oh, I was hoping I'd see more than an 8 on this card. That's not good. Probably got in another big thumbprint on this one. Anyway, Stanley Cup champ, captain of the Golden Knights, the Stoner, Mark Stone. Followed up with another 8, Matt Boldy. That's tough on that one. Boldy's cooled off a bit. Wow, that one, they're really hard on me on that one. I can't see anything wrong with it on the corners. A little bit of white showing up there. Obviously subjected to some damage on the cards. Oh well. JT, regular Young Guns, C14 Series 1. Not a 10, but a nice card. What a year he's had. Unfortunately, I really wanted a 10 in those because the value on those, this is what I'm saying, there's not a lot of high-end cards in here to get, you know, a super premium on a 10 if it came back a 10, and that's a tough one to take. Oh! 10, 11, Bobber. I looked at that card fairly closely before I sent it in, and clearly it's nowhere near as, I mean, I can't see where the 8 comes from, but I'm not the grader. Centering, perhaps. It's a tough one. But it's another 8, and I'm not surprised at all. I kind of counted on it. There's another 10. This time, it's a low-end card. It wasn't handled very much. I think I pulled this and another one. The next one, too, probably. Came out of the same blaster. And it's got to have a low pop count, even though there's 1,299 copies. So there's where you can turn like a, say, a $3 to $5 card into potentially, you know, maybe tenfold. I don't know what the premium on this would be, but it's a nice card and fairly rare for a Cousins collector. He's from Yukon. He was from way up north. J-Rob, yeah, okay, well, this one, $22.99, and it's a 9. Came out of the same blaster, so I thought, what the heck, let's send in some cheap ones. 2021 SP Fun Rip. It's really cheap. I got those blasters for sale when I go to my next show. I don't put them up in the eBay store because they're so expensive to ship the things, but I think I'm selling those things for like 25 bucks Canadian right now for a blaster. I really wanted the 9. I pulled this in a video about 4 or 5 months back when I ripped the box. It felt 95, 96 Pinnacle, and I didn't think I'd get the 10. I knew it was in great shape because I mean I pulled the card myself, but a Jagger. It's the only graded Jagger card I own right now. Oh, that's a cool looking card though, that Pinnacle Ring collection. Okay, what do we got? The pile's getting smaller. A 9 Pinto. This was the gold I pulled out of a pack. Had it in my store, looked at it and thought, what the heck, let's sub a acetate card. Obviously it's a low population card, there's only 25 of them, but hard to get 10s on acetates, that's what everybody says. I haven't sent a lot of acetate cards in. There's a 1 of 1 9, and I didn't care if this wasn't coming back as a 10. It's a Tarasenko 1 of 1. Another one I pulled myself out of an O-Pee-Chee box from last year, and he is now no longer in Canada. I can't believe the Senators just shipped him off like that. Florida Panthers, you should do well with them. I don't know what kind of value that puts on a card that's already, you know, it's hard to put a value on 101s. Now that's a 9, so it's a mint 101, not a gem mint. There's another football hit. Purdy, didn't get the 10 on that one, but I threw in a few cards that weren't hockey just for fun. Almost a Super Bowl champion, but
not quite there.
The 9, and that's an insert from 22 Optic. It says rookie, but it's an insert, rookie insert. There we go. That one looks so much better with the 10 on it.
Oh yeah.
And that is a cool looking card. Just another insert from Optic. 2022 Optic. Nice 10. I like shiny cards. Brock Purdy. Super popular player here on the West Coast. Throughout North America, pretty much.
Throughout the world, even.
Okay. Oh, well, I was hoping to get a 10 Aaron Judge, but let's see how he plays this year. Just the standard Topps rookie. 2017 Topps Series 1. Okay.
Oh darn.
It's a Ketel Marte Rainbow Parallel, and I pulled this card back in 2016. I always thought it was a good looking card. His career's sort of taken off. But as an 8, it's not really worth a whole big bunch. Just a nice, pretty card. I was hoping I'd at least get a 9. Okay. 9. Novelli Marte. Yeah, there was Ketel, Sterling, and Novelli. First Bowman. Not it's Bowman Chrome from Bowman, but it's a Prospects Chrome. Not a 10. But cool card. A couple of the Martes. One's a rookie, one's first Bowman, and I think this is my last card. So thanks for watching, everybody. I pulled out of this last one, Photographer's Proof, Ian Anderson rookie. These are rare, and and this one's only an 8. So again, I don't know if the value of this is really appreciated by it being graded or not, but they're not an easy hit. I think you only got one. It was every other box had a photographer's proof, so they were fairly rare parallel. But Ian Anderson, I don't know, we'll see how it goes with the Braves. So there we go. Not my best submission, not a lot of high-end cards, but a lot of sales will hopefully bring back a few dollars in profit on some of these, as they obviously didn't have a whole lot invested in the cards themselves. The grading fees on their own add up. You can see how many cards need to get sold fairly quickly to get some of this money coming back in. Clearly, one of these I'd like to own myself, but we'll get that over to the proper owner. And I've got my next submission already started. I've got at least 20 cards already put aside. That more value in the cards, and hopefully I've looked at them closely enough that we'll get more 9s and 10s coming back. This one wasn't the worst, but a few too many 8s for my liking on this one. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Keep on collecting.